Lots to talk about. Let's bring in global health expert Mario Ottiglio. He joins me now from Geneva. Welcome to the programme. Oh, I don't know where to start with this. There's been so many mixed messages about the EU's vaccine rollout. We just heard my colleague Francis call it there, catching up, vaccine catch up. Is it too late for the EU to get back on track, Mario?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. It is not too late. In a situation like this one that is unprecedented, I think one needs to be pragmatic and optimistic. It's true. It's an explosive situation that has been driven mostly by vaccine hesitancy, by slow, inefficient policy planning, some bureaucracy. But the road ahead is kind of probably clear, right? Europe should focus on vaccinating as many high-risk people as possible, as efficiently as possible, with a limited supply that at the moment is available. It should try to act collectively to support some of the vulnerable spots in Europe, but we have seen that this is difficult. And it also should act now to confront the anti-vaccine movement, because this very issue has the potential to basically undermine everything. And undermining everything is not just a public health situation, but also an economic issue. It's a bit of a large ask, because in the EU you have a lot of high-risk people, you have a lot of differing opinions, you have anti-vax movement, or I would say skeptics and hesitant people in France, in Germany, in Italy. So that it's a complex situation. Mm-hmm. And also on the, let's say, on the more scientific side, there is a need to speed up investment in testing in new genomic sequencing. To be done, also to track all the new variants, new spread. So let's say it's not late. We come back on track, but Europe needs to act fast and as a bloc.
All right, it's not too late. Good to hear that, Mario. You mentioned skepticism there. Tell us, what can leaders do to convince people that the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine actually works?
It's a mix of things, right? Clearly, there were some unfortunate statements earlier on, and I will say this bridges back to the big problem that we had throughout this year now of pandemic, which is communication. Has been the failure all the way along, right? A large portion of the world is dealing with COVID fatigue due to the restriction, the lockdowns, the economic crunch, you name it. And what government needs to do is really give to the people a roadmap that keeps us very healthy beyond, a good vaccination plan. We have seen authorities who have not spoken with one voice, even, presidents. So people that are definitely there to be a role model. There is a need to empower the people with the tools to understand. Vaccine hesitant groups are less likely to respond to factual information, particularly from pro-vaccine sources. So maybe there is a need of a change of strategy. Maybe we need to respond more on the personal side, right? Sharing that type of situations that maybe really make breach into the people, into the skeptics. It's a transparency issue also. There's been a lot of behaviors, let's say, between governments, between industry and the EU that clearly has added up to the confusion of the people. So we need to remember that we're talking to people who didn't really, global health was not a topic of a conversation at the dinner table. Now it is. And it's a shared responsibility in the things that we say and we do that we all have. And so we need to be, consistent, and we need to be reassuring, and then we need to show people an end game and make them part of the solution. I know it's aspirational, but it is something that, if done correctly, may help us at least to get through the summer.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. A global health expert, Mario Ottiglio, live there from Geneva. We appreciate your analysis.